Like the first time I got it, I put on those headphones, I closed my eyes and I listened to it in order, and the goosebumps were unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Richard Fortin Presents. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 22 of Richard Fortin Presents right here in Sweet 16 Studio. Today, I would like to introduce you to a rapper called SixthSense. He's right here with me right now, and welcome.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
To the show.
Nice to be here. Glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for coming, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was checking out your latest released material.
Yeah, Rise of the Nephilim.
Yeah, it just came out in June.
Yeah, it did just come out in June. Definitely a step above what I was releasing in the past, I think.
Some improvement.
Yeah, I'd say a little bit of improvement, to say the least.
So tell me about how you produced this album.
Yeah, for sure. So honestly, I just have a friend in Toronto. He wanted to work with me personally, so we worked together for a few months. I wrote the album in about 3 months or so, and I really wanted to make an autobiographical story album when I made this album. So I wanted it to be very personal because I wanted people to kind of know who the real SixthSense was at the time and now. So. Yeah, I worked with, his name is Darren, actually. He's from Toronto, like I said. He has Black Valley Recordings. He mastered the whole album for me. And as for beat production, I actually just kind of went on BeatStars and I found beats that way, and he sold me a few himself. And that's really how the production came to be. I have a home studio I recorded it in. It was all just straight from my house, kind of.
So how do you do your writing?
My writing? I just get bars that kind of come to me sometimes, and I try to remember them as long as I can, but generally I can't, so I'll put them in my phone and I'll write them down on a piece of paper, usually when I go home. But lately what I do is I'll wake up first thing in the morning and I just throw on beats, any beat I kind of find that I like, and the lyrics just kind of come to me and I go and I write it. I have hundreds of songs, but I only release the ones that I think should be released. I'm very, very, very critical on what I release. That being said, with the lyrics especially, they need to be written proper. I can't have any repetitive lyrics in my stuff. I'm kind of quirky in that way, I suppose. So I'll wake up in the morning and I'll throw on a beat and I'll write for 8 hours straight, sometimes longer. I'll write till my brain hurts. I'll write till I'm red in the face. I'll write till I pass out with my book.
Why? Why do you like writing so much?
I guess because I had a bit of a troubled upbringing and I used it as a coping strategy for the longest time. It's funny, I didn't start...
That's a good reason.
Yeah, it's funny, I didn't start with writing raps, actually. I started with writing like little stories and, poems, singing songs and things like that, but then I just fell in love with rap. So I started writing rap, and from there I've never went back, So when it comes to writing, anytime I feel kind of upset or depressed, hell, even if I feel good, I write, if I'm feeling good, I write too, because then you get that bouncy stuff in there, you know what I mean? But sometimes you need the real stuff too. You just need to let it all out. And unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, the way I let things out is through my writing.
Yeah, I think it's fortunate for sure. You're also not afraid to talk about the harder stuff. You have a song called Suicide that I'd like to hear a little bit more about, because you're turning that into a fundraiser. Yeah, so that song is actually a fundraiser. So for every 1,000 views on that song, whether that be on the YouTube video or combined with Spotify plays and things like that, I donate $1 to Amelia Rising here in North Bay, or Nipissing Mental Health Housing and Support Services. That song is very close to me because it touches on my personal my personal experience with mental health and addiction, and I went to a very dark point in my life at one point, and I wanted to let people know where I was at and why I was gone for a little while and why my music has changed so drastically, and I did that with Suicide. So what helped you get through it?
Music saved my life. There's no other way to say it.
Who in particular? What music have you listened, do you go to? What are your go-to music people?
Good old Pac.
What's that?
Tupac, man.
Really?
I know that's like one of the old ones, but no. Tupac, man. Tupac.
The best, eh?
The best. Tupac. Eminem too, he's great.
Yeah.
Tupac though, I mean, I have pictures of him in my house, in my studio. I have posters of him. Tupac's an inspiration.
So what is it about his stuff that really resonates with you?
His music came out in a time where I feel rap was very gang oriented, yet his music was very soulful. It was very from the heart. It was very what he was about and what he was feeling, you know? And I think there's beauty in that.
For sure. And you could hear his truth in his voice.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in the lyrics too. I mean, like, my favorite song by him is actually Brenda's Got a Baby. Tells a whole story. It's absolutely incredible, and it's based on a true story. I think that's one of the best written songs ever.
Cool. So music has helped save your life. You like Tupac.
Love Tupac. Yeah.
Love Tupac.
Yeah.
Tell me something that we might not expect in terms of musical likes that you have that might not be like, like a direct influence.
Rock.
You like rock music?
I love rock music too. Like when you're talking about hip hop, Pac's king, you know, but rock, I love rock. I love rock a lot, actually, like, and old rock too.
Really?
I like, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I like Oasis. I like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Good old Beatles. I mean, you can't, who doesn't like the Beatles, man?
Yeah.
I love it all. I love music as a whole. I respect all music. Like I said, my favorites are obviously rap and rock, but I respect all music, and I think there is beauty in all music, and I think it's something that this world absolutely needs.
For sure, a little artistry. It helps us connect to each other.
Absolutely. I also think it's really cool when people fuse the genres together, when people fuse, say, rap and rock or rap and pop and things like that, which is something I've been touching on as well.
So let's go back to this music you're releasing now. Do you have anything upcoming?
Yeah, so actually I'm planning on releasing something late November. No one really knows that yet, but later in November I'm planning on releasing it.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, so I'm not actually going to say the name or anything yet, but what you can expect is it's going to be a pop rock kind of rappy track. It's very funky, it's very upbeat. Very, very fun, very catchy. Probably one of the most catchy songs I've ever written. I'm very excited to release it. Very, very excited to release it.
What do you find is the toughest part of being a self-produced artist like yourself? What is it that you kind of find is the difference between those that start a project and finish the project?
Self-doubt, I think. I think a lot of people sometimes when they go to write a song, they might have some self-doubt. And sometimes, like even me, I do too. But you got to push it back and you just got to kind of push past it.
So how do you do that? When those doubt voices come in, do you have technique or do you have tricks?
Generally, it's because I kind of hit like a bit of a writer's block. So what I'll do is I'll switch up the beat. I'll try freestyling a little bit. I'll play around, like maybe I'll pick up my guitar and I'll pluck a few strings, like whatever it is to clear my head and get back on track. But generally, it doesn't take long. Something else I like to do is when I'm writing and I'm looking at my book, I'll look at a blank page and I will almost imagine the lyrics on the page, that they're already there, and until my head cramps, and before you know it, those words, they just come on and the song's done just like that.
Cool. You've had some success with the radio station Hunters Bay and the Muskokas.
Yeah,
you're in the top 10.
I am in the top 10 right now.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's super exciting actually. I reached out to them, and the first time they didn't get my track because I put in the email wrong, and I was super discouraged. But I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna reach out to them on Facebook, and I did. And they're like, oh, we never got an email. I think you sent it to the wrong address. I was like, oh crap, like dumb me. Anyway, so I reached out to them.
Lesson there, persevere.
Persevere, exactly. No matter what happens, keep going. Don't give up. Try and try again. So I reached out to them again with the proper title, with the proper person, and within a week, I was in the top 20, and I think number 18, and I just kept rising from there. I'm now on week 5. Will be this week, and I'm above rank 10 now. So.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That feels good.
It feels really cool. It feels really nice to be, recognized a little bit for my music. regardless where it is, you know, like if people in Muskoka are loving my music, then hey, people in Muskoka.
Here we go.
You know?
I'm a big believer that we can manifest things in our life if we put it out there, if we write it down, if we make it happen. It sometimes takes a little longer.
Yeah.
But we get there.
We do get there.
Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years from now?
5 years, I'd like to be owning a piece of property between here and South River area. I would like to be building my house and hopefully by then be either married or engaged to my girlfriend. Maybe looking at kids, we'll see what happens, you know? And I obviously expect by that point my career as a rapper will have taken off, more so than it already has. And we will have the means to build our dream house. I want to build that dream house, and I want to be a good dad, a good husband, and a good guy. That's it.
Like, there's the way that, I mean, that's the signature line right there. That's what.
Yeah, I guess.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
I guess, yeah. That's all I want, man.
That's awesome. Is there anything else we want to bring attention to since we have the cameras rolling and we're like got you in the hot seat here that we want to make sure the audience knows about you and about your project?
About Rise of the Nephilim, it's an autobiographical story album.
Yeah.
It's very much as a journey through my life in my 20s. If you listen to it from the first song to the end song, they all link into one another and they all tell one story. So if you're going to listen to my album, listen to every song, you know, 1 through 10, go through it in order. And, you know, like the first time I got it, I put on those headphones, I closed my eyes and I listened to it in order, and the goosebumps were unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Who do you think is the target market, the target audience for that will really gain from listening to your music? Is there somebody in your mind that you think, man, this could help?
Anyone who's struggling, whether it be mental health, whether it be believing in themselves and achieving their dreams. Because I'm a firm believer in manifestation, and I believe this whole album shows that, especially with the lyrics and the way it's written. So yeah, that's it, you know, like persevere, manifest, you know, do your thing.
Keep going and go follow SixthSense on all the social media. Can you look into this camera right here, please, and tell the audience where to find you, where to download, where to watch, all the things.
I'll make it real easy for you. You can just go to sixthsensehiphop.com. All my social media links are there. All my streaming platforms are there. Everything. You can even stream right on there. Hit me up, follow me everywhere. Love y'all.
Please go do that, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in for show number 22! 2 of my lucky numbers! And please subscribe to the channel if you will. I would love to keep giving you videos of these up and coming and successful artists that are in town and around town. And we're going to be growing the show, doing all sorts of fun stuff in the future. So I would really appreciate your support too. 22 in the books. Darren, way to go! Bye for now, everybody. Thank you.